Do you know your family's algorithm?
It's
We
actually a
all,
brilliant question.
yeah. And a question we have not been sitting here talking about,
No.
like we often do. Every
Wow.
every family has an algorithm. Now, we did speak a little bit on it, which is where that question actually came from, but it started out real specific, like
Right.
the just so people know what it's like, what the hell algorithm? What are you talking about? So we were talking about like domestic abuse. There is an algorithm to it. There is a
There's
cycle. There is a pattern.
hmm
And so it starts out, everyone's getting along, like yeah, yeah, yeah. Whatever happens in that family, there's a trigger that happens.
hmm
Shit goes sideways. There's an abuser, there's someone being abused, there's all sort of parts to that. Depending on how many are in the family, there might be a scapegoat, there might be an observer, there might be a runner, there might be,
there's an
whatever.
instigator.
Yes.
Hmm
And then shit hits the fan, and then whoever the one is, the abuser, and that's not always the instigator, by the way.
No.
Some that abuser can have an instigator helping them or something like that, right? Um, and then shit hits the fan, they do their thing, everyone gets abused, it gets into their position in the family, and then things calm down. The abuser feels some not always feels bad, but something oftentimes that abuser will feel bad, and but then everything will go back to normal, and then or they
Right.
want it to be over, so they either do that by what, by apologizing, giving gifts, just not being an asshole, whatever that is, and everyone's supposed to fall in line, and they do,
hmm
and then
Sure.
everything's great for a while, and then that trigger happens, so it's this cycle. So that's an algorithm.
hmm And even families that don't have that
Yes, yes,
dynamic, there
yes,
is still an algorithm.
yes.
And
That's why I think that's why Spirit gave me the word
yeah,
algorithm as opposed to cycle, because
because
everyone has
as you're
the
talking about
equivalent.
that cycle, I'm like, yeah, I know that's a cycle. I understand it,
It
but
was not in your
I
family,
didn't live it. That was not
right?
the childhood I grew up in. So I'm like thinking about the algorithm of my family when I was growing up,
Hmm.
and then kind of wondering what was the algorithm that my husband grew up in,
Oh, very different than yours.
and then looking at the algorithm that he and I have developed over
Yes.
41 years of marriage,
Mhm.
where it's just been the two of us
Yes.
because we
And
didn't
how do those
have a family.
algorithms, how have they come together and created a new algorithm, right?
Yes,
Because
they did.
they had to. It's like you're vibrating at a different vibration to get 41 years of marriage, you have to combine those and get
Yes.
one
And
rhythm happening.
it's so funny because we used to joke about being in the sink together. We're
Okay.
we're in the sync together. We are in sync. We are on the same
Ah, in the sync. I
vibration.
love
We
it.
are
Okay.
things are moving and grooving. Things are really good. And then all of a sudden one day one of us would go, "Oh, we are so out of the sync."
Or one of those divided sinks, one of you on one side and you got, yes.
I have one of those actually.
Or
I
I
love
would
it.
probably, I'm in the garbage disposal at the moment. Yeah.
Uh, uh, but yeah, algorithms are a thing
Uh-huh.
in relationships.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think, I believe that I've been doing this for a long time and never had a word to it. When I work with someone, I'm trying to find their algorithm so I can help them. Trying to
Mm,
find that thing, find their vibration, find what their, because your needs are in there, your hopes, your dream, everything is sort of in the rhythm of who you are.
right.
How you shut down, like there, though, that's part of an algorithm too, right? And then how everyone around you accepts it, doesn't accept it, do they jump into that vibration with you, do they not? But it's all part of that rhythm of the relationship,
Right.
right?
Now, you were saying all of these things are in it. Your needs and your hopes and your dreams and your wishes. What I where I
Also your
went
wounding and
to,
your trauma and your everything too,
yes,
right?
you're everything, but your needs and your wants.
Mm-hmm.
And when
Two
you
different things.
confuse those,
Yes. Yes.
which I
Yeah.
am I am so, I don't know if guilty of
Guilty as charged. Yeah.
is the right terminology, but when we aren't sure of what we need and we aren't sure of what we want
Yes.
and we mix them up and we
Yes.
put expectations on them,
Yes.
if that doesn't throw a card into the spoke, a
Whew.
stick into the
Yes.
spoke of the
Yes.
algorithm,
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
I don't know what would. I mean, a lot of things can, but that really can get things out of
Did I ever tell
out of
you, speaking
wampus.
of that, the fact that you use that terminology, I was 3 years old. We were at, there were, as you all know, I'm the youngest of six. There were probably four of us who were over at, my parents had friends who were also drinkers. So all these alcoholics, right? So they take us over to this house, and I'm not going to say who they are. Not that it would really matter, I guess, but all the adults go out drinking, and then we stay there. And my one of my sisters, the oldest sister, was there to sort of like babysit everyone. And I was like 3, and they had this big hill, and we said, the kids would get on their bikes and they just shoom down this hill. Well, I was on the back of the bike. My sister was right, or driving the bike, I guess you would say. And I was scared and I wanted her to stop, and she wouldn't stop. So I put my leg in the spokes of the bike to get it to stop.
Oh,
Broke my leg. Yep. But in a 3-year-old mind, how do you stop the wheel from turning? You stick something in it. Yes.
yikes.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't go to the hospital though because my parents, my mom, they were too drunk. So they my we waited till the next day. I was
Wow.
obviously in a lot of pain. I couldn't walk on it, and my mom was like, "Ah, you're fine. You're fine. Whatever." And it's because they'd been out drinking, and they didn't
Sure.
want to stop. They didn't want to stop drinking, right? God forbid they stop.
I'm
So
just thinking
that was
about,
part of our algorithm.
yeah, I'm just thinking about how different fear can be because
Mm.
I was so afraid of, uh, I mean, I would, some of my friends, they'd spin the wheel and then they'd stick their hand in there to stop it, right?
Right.
I wouldn't put my hand in there. It was going
Right.
to hurt. There is
Right.
no way
Yeah.
I would have stuck my leg in the wheel to stop it because the fear of getting hurt that way would have been so much
Right.
greater than
Yeah.
the fear of going down this hill.
Well, and I will say, first of all, I was 3 years old, so cause and effect wasn't that wasn't
Right,
there.
right.
However, you also like the adrenaline rush. You like that thrill. Who else jumped out of a fucking airplane with a little parachute on their back? I mean, you know what I mean? Like that's
True.
what you like. You like that. You don't have that same fear either. So, which I do. We all know that my whole
So,
life, bodily harm, that's a
oh,
fear. And I had many
okay.
silly accidents.
So I fear the known pain versus the unknown. I am open to the unknown risk,
That could be.
and you will suffer any consequence to avoid the unknown.
Yes, ma'am. That says a lot about us,
Granted,
doesn't it?
3-year-olds don't think that way.
Right. But
However, how interesting when you translate.
the adult Pam, you would definitely express the unknown freaks me the hell out. I
Mhm.
don't like the unknown. That's part of what and this is when you say, I can't believe someone who trusts as much as you do, you're not trusting right now.
Right.
You set me in front of the unknown. You set me on that precipice, on that line, whatever that is, where the unknown and I stop hearing spirit. I stop understand. Like fear just sets in. The unknown freaks me the hell out. When I'm in now, some of you might be saying, but Pam, you like go after demons and you go after witches. And yes, I do. In those situations, I am connected and I am listening to spirit and I am not scared whatsoever. There is
And
no fear.
there isn't a huge unknown because you know the outcome.
That's true. I
Excuse
do.
me.
Yeah.
You may not know exactly what it's going to look like,
Yes.
but you do know what the outcome is going to be, and
And
you
I know I'm going to be okay. I
yes,
do know that.
you
I
do
am
know that you're
safe.
going to be okay.
Yes.
Me, I mean, I'm the first one that, oh, there's a noise in the attic.
Oh, dear
What's in the
God. I
attic?
knew you were going to say that. And yes, you are. And it pisses me off every time you do it because I have to follow you up there because we don't do these things by ourselves. I'm like, shit. I've got to go with her. Yes.
Yeah, interesting.
It's very interesting.
Interesting.
Yet I
You
have,
have given me great, you have already been so thought-provoking for me
yay,
that
good, because I don't know where this is going.
my brain is searching and searching for what has happened that I have closed in on myself to avoid the unknown. There's
Mm,
something in the algorithm,
uh-huh.
right? There's something in the algorithm that creates this
Yes.
need to fold in to where the unknown is not even on the radar.
Right. And I don't necessarily fold in myself. I stare out into the unknown and it freaks me out. I know the unknown is there. I don't want to turn away because I don't shut down from the unknown.
Right.
So very different.
Very bizarre.
Um, by the way, welcome to the Conscious Spirit Podcast, everyone.
Yes. And yeah, and welcome back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And please like, subscribe, share, do all that fabulous stuff. It really helps our channel a lot and we
Yes.
appreciate all of you and those on listen only, you can subscribe there too. Give reviews, whatever. Thank you so very much. We do
We
appreciate
appreciate
it.
all of the support that we
Yes,
get.
we do.
Hmm.
Thank you. And we love hearing from you all. So,
We do. So that means comment
yes.
and comment and comment. And
Yes.
then there is a contact us form on the website, tcseverydaypsychics.com. Um, you can reach out.
Yes. And shoot your questions at us. So because we love answering your questions. We love turning them into podcasts, as you all
We do.
know.
That's a
That
lot of
is
fun.
so great. If you need help with something, whether it's paranormal or witchy or healing or a reading, whatever it is,
Spiritual, just
spiritual,
spiritual
go to
growth.
yeah, yes.
Yeah, yes.
So today we're talking about, well, we just sort of turned it into the unknown, but it's really the algorithm, that energy cycle that everyone has in their family.
Hmm.
And how does that, Mari-Lyn, how does that transfer into the lessons that we came to learn, our traumas, our wounding? Oh, well, it's everything. I mean,
It's it's everything. I
we,
think, sorry,
yeah.
go ahead.
No, I mean, we choose the family we're in because of that rhythm, because it matches what we want to learn.
Hmm.
And not everything's a wound, but
No. However, there can be wounding that is created when there wasn't
yeah,
something that caused a wound.
yes.
I
So
know that sounds really convoluted.
we have I wanted to come in to learn this particular lesson,
Yeah.
right? Let's say that. So I have this fear, or let's say, okay, here's a good one,
Okay.
I think. Disappointment. I wanted to learn how to navigate being disappointed. Through that learning, I created other pathways and other and wounding. I don't not necessarily going to say trauma, but I learned, and so I did create some really bad patterns that I would say are wounds. I created those in navigating getting disappointed. So this is what I'm getting disappointed. I Instead of going, okay, that thing didn't work out the way I wanted. It didn't come to me, so I'm disappointed. How can I still get that thing that I want? Because that path I was just wrong one, door slammed in my face. Okay. I need to look around for it. Is there another door? Is there a window? Is there a ladder? Is there some way out, some way around it? How else can I still get that thing that I want? And I didn't learn that a disappointment doesn't have to break me. So when I get disappointed, okay, so that door closed. Whoop, wrong path. Let me try a different one. Let me try a different door. Let me try a
Hmm.
different way. I learned, no, Pam, you're a piece of crap. You did something wrong. This is your fault. You're not meant to have it. Whatever, all those things. And I'm sure there are people out there that can totally understand what I'm saying.
Hmm.
Um, Instead of going to that place, I'm still learning, because that behavior still will come back once in a while.
Sure.
However, I have gotten better. There are still times when disappointment happens and I go, okay, that one just wasn't meant for me. Is it the whole thing that's not meant for me? Is it just that way that I was trying to get that thing? Like, what is it that just happened? I'm still working on that piece, really understanding, okay, what part of this isn't meant for me, instead of just collapsing. Right. And
Hmm.
I think everyone has an area in their life, I'll bet you do too,
Hmm.
where you collapse in on yourself. So,
Hmm.
anyway, that was a lesson I came to learn. And through those lessons, I got wounded on the way.
Right.
So, wounding happened. So, it didn't come from a place of trauma. It came from a place of, this is a big lesson that I came into this life to learn.
Hmm.
Other times, those lessons come from trauma. You come in and I have plenty of those too.
Hmm.
But can you think of the place
Yeah.
where,
Well,
for you, where you sort of collapse, and it started as it's a lesson for you, but
right. Overwhelm, being overwhelmed,
mhm.
definitely is a place where I fold in on myself
Mm.
And I believe that was learned behavior
Mm. Sure.
because chaos was not part of my childhood.
No.
Well, there's not going to be a whole lot of chaos if things are shut down and turned inward before it reaches that point. When it reaches the point,
Uh-huh.
I've had enough,
Uh-huh.
gets shut down.
See, and chaos in my family was a way to stop it. It's sort of like smoke and mirrors. We're going to throw up some smoke and mirrors here.
Sure.
And that way the confusion comes and you don't know what is, I can't see anything. I don't know where to be. Oof. Yes, that's exactly what happens when I go
Holy
to that
shit, I'm
place
getting some clarity here.
yes, me too. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. And it was done in my childhood, the way I remember it, it was done so quietly, so methodically, so gently, so
That was not my childhood.
so seemingly
Mhm.
lovingly.
Yes.
However, there was never the opportunity to learn what to
Yes.
do with overwhelm.
Yes.
And yee,
What's coming is, and this may not have been every time or whatever, but the person doing that lovingly and kindly and compassionately really believed they were doing the right thing for you.
yes,
100% believed that.
yes.
In my family, it was the other way. It was never for me, it was for them. They just needed out of it. Yeah.
And I can't help but wonder now if my husband and I had a very, actually, while the scenarios, our upbringings were very different, if part of that algorithm was shutting down due to overwhelm.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm saying that in general. Absolutely, that could be the case. Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
Because there is a lot of shutdown in
Yes.
our personal
Yes.
algorithm.
Yes. Yes. And I can't
Ah,
think of the word I'm trying to
excuse me.
find right now, but people talk about like you might have the word like things come down through the family. One of those like depression will come down through the family or certain things come like almost like it's in our DNA. You'll hear people say, "Oh, it's
Right. So genetic.
yes."
Okay.
I'm not a huge believer with like disease, like your Deva disease type thing. Yes, things can come down through it's genetic, whatever. But behaviors and stuff, it's learned. When we it's learned
Mhm.
you give it to the next generation and then that generation doesn't heal it either, right? So then it goes to the next and that's another algorithm in itself, but it comes down through the family and it doesn't
Right.
mean you can't heal it. You can't fix it. You can't turn
Right.
your back or
So
you can't do
that
something
would be
different.
generational.
Generational. That was the word I was trying to come
Yeah.
up with.
That one would be the generational.
But people make it sound like generational, like it can't be helped. I'm sure you've heard people talk like that. Oh, this is
Sure.
it's like, yeah, but you can, well, even,
Even genetics can be,
yes, I was just going to say
it
that.
can all be
Yes,
changed.
yes,
Yes.
yeah.
So, whew.
There was a really fast moving algorithm in my family. Everything,
Ah,
and that's how you just learned how to be. Everything had some chaos to it, had some speed to it, had the faster it
mm,
goes, then it'll just on to the next thing.
okay.
just shut her up by throwing up the smoke and mirrors, make it chaotic, make it crazy. She won't know where to look, what to do, where to, and not just me, that was our family dynamic, but
Sure.
I can only speak for myself. And you were going to say something. Yours was much more
Well,
calm.
I and I think I was going to go off on one of those little
And that's okay. You
trails
go, girl.
of change. Because you said those people think sometimes those generational things can't be changed. But yes, they can.
Yeah.
Everything can be changed. But one
Mhm.
of the most important pieces of change is number one, what's being changed and whose job is it really
Yes. Uh-huh.
to instigate that change? Because we cannot change another person.
Nope. Nope.
We
Nope.
cannot
Nope.
change
And
another
no.
person.
Right.
All we can do, change ourselves,
Mhm.
heal ourselves. We can change the way we react to a situation. We can remove ourselves from the situation and boop, okay, it's not mine anymore.
Yes. It's a wonder we have any relationships at all. I mean, seriously. My husband, I mean, everything is different, but let's say your husband and I are closer in the way we were raised, and you and my husband were closer in the way you were raised, right?
Right, right.
You bring those two things together, the chaos and not even calm, whatever that is, that it's almost a shutting down, not a calm, whatever that,
Quiet.
quiet.
Uh,
Okay, there you go.
yeah, quiet.
Just the way and the way things have been handled, the way you come out of problem, all of that, the way when emotions hit, what do you do with that? How you can bring two people together and navigate that is tough.
It's
It's
tough.
tough.
We'll just leave it
And
at
who went
we'll
and
leave it at
yes,
tough.
and when you're young, so we got married, you were younger than I was when you got married, but we are still both in our 20s. You
Yeah,
were
I was 22.
yeah, I was 25, 26. 26. But we're still in that algorithm from where we just came from our
Yeah,
families.
yeah.
And I lost my train of thought, but getting those vibrations, it's
Bringing
I
those two algorithms together.
oh,
Um,
yeah,
I'm I'm just being,
yes,
it is a loop. It is a
yes,
cycle, right?
yes,
And if you're like one's moving this way and one's
yes.
moving the other way and it's slow and one's fast and it's like
Well, and I have to tell you, the one who's someone has to give up something, right?
and optimally you each give up
Yes,
something
yes, yes,
in order to gain that
yes.
mutual,
And when you're younger, it's not always the best way.
not
Like it's,
always.
like, oh yeah, I could like, oh, I think we should have gone with his way on that one, but we went my way on that one.
Well,
Or the
I'm go-
opposite, you know?
because of our age,
Hmm.
um I was raised that when you get married,
Hmm.
you are the wife to the
Right,
man. You are the
right.
wife to the man.
Yes, yes.
And I do believe there was an element of belief that I am the one that had to give up. I am the one that had to change. I had to step into his belief system. I had to step into his algorithm.
What's
And
mhm.
that was fucking wrong.
What's coming now, I can tell you what else is fucking wrong, but what what's coming now is your parents had a sort of symbiotic thing that happened, whether it was all there was more sacrifice on your mom's part, of course, because that was the times, right? So it appeared more symbiotic, so you learned that that was a good thing, right?
Yes.
it,
Yes.
I learned now my parents, it was God only knows why they I I don't know why my dad stayed with my mom. I don't like what is happening. They made it work however they made it work. They fought all the time. It was a shit show. So even though my parents were older than your parents, so they were definitely from that generation, but it was such a shitty marriage that I didn't learn that piece of it, or I didn't see it as that. However, some of that would have been nice, honestly. Some learning how to compromise would have been a really great thing to learn.
Mm,
And I did not learn that. I had to learn that one on my own
right.
because compromise is not a horrible thing.
No, compromise isn't a horrible thing, but when you don't learn the boundary
Yeah.
of where
Yeah.
compromise becomes compromising self.
Yeah. And that can go the other way because by not compromising in so too much compromise, there's always that sweet spot in the middle, right?
Always,
So you
always.
might have compromised in a more relaxed sort of, okay, I'm just going to give in, maybe we'll use that term. And I would do I'm going to fight. I fought it. Like, arg, there was this anger to it and this, hell no, I'm not giving in to you. So both ways are not super healthy.
No, they're not. No.
Thankfully, I will say for the four of us, I can say it for the four of us, we married really good people. All four of
Mhm.
us are compassionate and kind and have big heart, and we're good, moral people. That
I would
what
agree.
really comes in when you marry someone who, like my mom, was morally corrupt.
Oops.
I'm just saying,
But she was also, she had some mental illness.
she had some lots of that, yes.
Mm.
And then my dad had, he had been in World War II. He was an immigrant to this country, didn't speak the language, had to learn it. Went to World War II. That's how he got his citizenship. Then he married this crazy woman. And he came from an abusive home. There was domestic violence in his home. His dad was very abusive. My dad was not at all. He was such a kind, gentle man. But anyway, then married crazy lady. But there were just things that he just wouldn't fight over.
Sure.
And he'd always say to me, after you've been through what I've been through, fight's just not worth it. Like he could have ended up to be like a general or something, but every time he was promoted, it was on the battlefield. He didn't want it, but he did because he was such a great leader. Um, but he just couldn't kill another person. I mean, that was just heartbreaking for him. So he was this gentle person. Anyway, so they just sort of so he gave in I guess was my point. He he gave in to everything and just let her do what she did. Um, which
And
is not a great way to see parents.
not a great way for a child to
Hmm.
learn how to do that.
Hmm.
But for him, he
Hmm.
made that choice.
Yes, he did. Yes.
And
And she
so
liked being in control.
there is another line, right?
Yeah.
I, you're
And he was
doing
used
as
to that algorithm of fighting because he grew up in
hmm
that algorithm, that
hmm
domestic violence. And though it swapped when he got married, she was the abusive one, he was not. Yeah,
hmm
yeah.
hmm and was he thinking, oh, I'm doing my
No.
children such a disservice to not to teach them how
Right.
to stand up?
Mhm.
No, no. Part of him was doing what he needed to do to help keep his children in a safer environment.
Yes. Yeah.
Hmm
Yes. And that beautiful man that he was, and you've met him, you didn't meet him when he was alive, but you've met him since.
I have met his spirit. Yes.
Yes. And I did marry that man, that kind man. Although my yeah, they're different in a lot of other ways, but that good, decent, moral man, with value. I absolutely did marry that. Yeah. But anyway, how any of us get together with our own, I and I guess I can see, I have not been divorced, neither have you.
Mhm.
Um, but I can see where divorce is like we just can't, how they got together in the first place. Maybe it was exciting, maybe it was, who knows what. But at some point, that algorithm is going to go off the you're those wheels are going off the cliff.
You know, I know a couple of couples
Okay, couple
who
couples.
have been divorced
Uh-huh.
and who individually are fine people,
Hmm.
but together
Yeah.
they are the absolute lowest vibration
Ugh. Yes.
of their beings
Yes.
when they are together. The lowest, the
And
lowest that I have ever seen them.
that's what some people call a twin flame, right?
Mm,
Which we're not, that's a bunch of bullshit.
nah.
But that's what people would call a twin flame when they bring out that it's like, oh dear God, this person just is really,
People, do people really look for that? People want to have that?
yes. Well, because there's a flip side to the the grind. It's that peaceful, beautiful, like there's an equal amount of passion and love
Oh, not
to
with the people I've seen.
yeah. Yeah, well, and I don't want that up. That was one thing that drew me to my husband, is that no matter the situation, no matter where we were in, I always knew the man I was going to be standing with.
Ah,
He didn't know that with me because of all my trauma and craziness. But he's always been that. But I can see where some, and I think you already said this earlier, but
hmm.
so people are like, well, how do you get on the same page, or how do you get that algorithm moving
How do you
in
get in the
health?
sink?
Yes. How do you get in the sync together?
Yeah.
And then how do you make that work? Because let's face it, your things are going to bother you about your partner. They just do. They're going to be
If
those
they
things.
don't, you're lying.
You're lying. You're big time lying. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a big old bypass right there. If
yes, yes,
you're on a pink cloud, okay.
yes. And okay. So how many of us have met those couples where the wife is just waiting until her kids are old enough and then she's going to bolt? Like she wants them
Or the
to,
husband.
yes, until the kids are graduated or whatever it is, wherever they feel like is a good time, and then they're out of there. And you'll hear them say, "Oh, I told him or her so many times this is gonna," and the spouse that stayed or it wasn't is like flat. They can't figure out what just happened. Why did my spouse leave me? I'm so confused. Um, that happens a lot, and we see that, and we also
Mhm.
every relationship sort of has that, like that person doesn't listen to me, or there's some, it starts with, it's,
Uh,
go ahead.
Conversating is hard.
Yes, yes. And it really does come down to conversating, but it comes down to what you said earlier. It starts with you. It starts with your healing and understanding how you're standing in that relationship,
Yes.
how you show up every day, and fixing those things that you can fix within yourself, that you can heal, that you can get past, that you can, and that makes a huge
Mm-hmm.
difference,
We tend, well,
because we want to blame the other person for everything, and
we do.
that's
And
not
it's
it.
not, no, it's not. I was going to say we, and then I thought, no, I need to speak for myself. However, I can speak semi collectively as a woman married for over 40 years. I
Yes.
have seen it in other people we think that we can fix
Oh my God.
the
Yes.
husband. We think we can
Yes.
fix him. We
Yes.
think we can fix the marriage.
Yes. Nope.
And our thinking is so
Yes.
backwards.
Yes.
We can fix
Hmm.
ourselves. And that's really the only thing that we have
Yes.
any business trying to fix.
What's coming to mind is there are different ways that people will look at it. Like it's either I can fix him, right? I'm going to fix it because it's usually the woman that sometimes the man too, but I'm going to just know that I'm talking about whichever way this goes. But I'm going to fix him.
Right. In my experience, because I'm a woman,
Right.
that's what I see.
Right.
Yeah.
Never going to happen. And but what does happen, and I think happen in these marriages that I was talking about, is the woman just sacrificed and let go of things to make things work. And then years later, after the children and everything, blamed him for it not being what it could have been. Well, at any point, sister, you could have not given in like that, did it differently, healed that stuff, whatever that was. There were so many different ways for you to have done life differently, how you showed up. And it's never
Hmm.
too late to show up differently. I
Mm-mm.
want to say that.
And you
Never.
have to show up for yourself first.
Yes,
You
100%.
have to show up for yourself
Yes.
before you can show up for your
Yes.
marriage.
And
It's just
here's the
is.
thing, too. If you go through that and you get, this is, I want, you have to get really honest with you. You have to,
Brutal.
brutal. You have to look in that mirror and see everything. If it's still not working at that point, that's another conversation.
Hmm.
However, both Mari-Lyn and I've been married over 30 years.
Hmm.
Both Mari-Lyn and I can sort of testify to when we heal ourselves, because we've done so much healing on ourselves, he will adjust and come along. Sometimes it's pretty bumpy, and there's some bumps on the way, and you start to wonder, what the hell is this ever going to happen? You stay true to you.
Hmm.
You keep healing. You stand in what you know is truth, not just your truth.
Right.
There's
The
a
truth.
truth. The truth is, because the truth is, well, he always does this. Okay, well, let's look. What is the truth here? Oh, yeah, he does. But you know what? I always let him do it. I never said anything, or it's really not that bad. It's not, there is a truth to everything. Um,
Hmm.
yes, but the the right partner will come along, will shift and turn. And you also have to learn to communicate with or converse. Converse, what is?
Conversate.
Yes,
Conversate. You gotta
yes.
conversate.
And that isn't. Now I do want to caution some people. If seriously, if you're married to some sort of narcissist or someone with histrionic or some sort of thing where they always have to be right and they're always going to be right, throwing yourself on the sword is not the best thing in that relationship.
Hmm.
Going to that person and saying, this is how I feel, this is what I've been doing, this is my trauma, these are my wounds. I need to be really honest about this because I really need to heal this. If that person at all uses that then as some sort of weapon against you, you might you need to rethink how you do things,
Hmm.
I guess, or not tell that person. I don't know, but I'm not married to that type of person. Neither
Nor am
are
I.
you. We get to go to our spouses and say, I'm just let it all out and just lay bare
Yeah.
there.
I have really had to learn how to speak differently to my husband
Yes.
to really have
Yes.
him understand what I'm
Yes.
saying. What I now know
Mhm.
is the way I used to communicate to him was probably taken as blaming,
Yeah,
shaming,
sure.
finger pointing,
Yes.
um,
This is a
even
great
name calling.
example.
Even though I'm not a
Yeah.
name caller and I don't call names,
Yes.
I could see where some of the things, the
Yes.
way I would say it would be felt as an attack.
This is perfect, Mari-Lyn. Perfect. So this is one of those situations where a compromise on your part would be learning how to speak to him differently because his wounding would dictate that he would take it personal. You weren't being personal at all, but well, yes, when you get angry, when we get angry, we do.
Maybe, maybe.
Right. But that would be one of those areas where when you start looking at it, you go, okay, maybe wow, you know what? I could say this differently to him because he's not taking it the way that I'm
He's
intending
not
him to.
understanding,
Yes.
but I need him to understand.
Yes.
And if you have had the same conversation
Yes.
for 30 years
Yes.
and nothing's changed,
Yes.
you are not doing a very good job
Right.
of getting of explaining your
Correct.
needs. You are
Yes.
not getting your point across.
Right.
And at that point, it does become your job
Yes.
to go, okay, wait a minute. Is it the way I'm saying it?
Yes.
Maybe it is. And you shift and you
And
change the way you
yes.
communicate
And that's compassion for both of you, for
for both.
yourself and the other
Absolutely.
person. So I know I've talked about this on this channel is how someone can say something to me and I apply emotion to it and I get
Right.
offended, right? So that's on me. I that person didn't sometimes they do. But let's say Mari-Lyn or my husband or a friend or my kids or
Mhm.
whatever, I then can say, "Oh, why did I overreact like that? Why what they didn't say it like that. They didn't mean it that way."
Mhm.
Now, my husband has learned over the years how to speak to me differently. He has sort of figured out in his own way. He may not know all the ins and outs, but he has learned how to speak to me so I don't go there. I don't get upset or I don't apply that. And at times that I do still, that's definitely on me, though. But we can heal it. We
Mhm.
can move
Mhm.
past it. And it goes back to that point of being extremely honest. You have to be
Extremely honest.
honest.
Yes.
You have to
Have
say,
to
you know
be.
what? I'm applying emotion here and there is none, or I'm applying, or all he did, he just wanted a yes or no answer. And I launched into this big old explanation. And he's sitting there looking at me like, what just happened? I just wanted a yes or no. What is
And
happening
can
here?
you answer my question now?
Right. Yes. Yes. But how, whatever was said to me,
Mhm.
at that point, it goes into my ear. It becomes my shit. As
Mhm.
soon as I hear it, that's my stuff.
Yeah.
And it's easy to blame the other. Oh, well, it's the way they said it, or if don't talk to me like that, or I could go into all sorts of ways to
Sure.
blame him,
Sure.
but that's not honest at all.
Mm-mm.
It's human nature, but that doesn't make it right.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. One of the most beautiful things about learning how to communicate with your partner
Hmm.
happened for me and my husband last week. We were having a conversation.
We're conversating.
We were conversating, yes, and we were honestly
Mhm.
conversating.
Yeah.
And he said, well, this is something that triggers me. And he told me what it was.
How
And
beautiful is that?
I said, oh man, I am going to do something. I am going to do something that you do that triggers me. But I got to tell you, you do the same thing to me.
That's great.
And
I'm not sure
it's
what word I
very
was trying to use,
triggering.
but great came out.
It is. It
Yeah.
was so
Yes.
mind blowing, the
Yes.
clarity that I saw.
Yeah.
And so we talked about both things. The thing that thing that I do that triggers him, that he also does to me that triggers me, and the thing that I had to do, which was turn it around back again on him. I know that was really convoluted. I'm not going to go into what it was personally, so I hope it made sense.
Yes.
But there were two things
Yeah.
there that we both do.
And you both needed to do some reworking.
We did. And we needed to get it out in the
Yes.
open. And his reply, I absolutely loved it. He says, well, why don't we stop doing that to each other?
Yes.
And I
Good
said,
on
I think
him.
that's a great idea.
Yes.
And I had an opportunity this morning
Mm-hmm.
to clarify
Mm-hmm.
because there was something he was talking about that didn't line up with what I thought I knew to be true.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And I said to him, I'm not trying to prove you wrong, but I think I know something. I think I know this information is different than what you just said. So I'm going to do some research here and see. Well, it turns out I was partly right. He was partly right.
See, when you
So
conversate.
that wound
Mm-hmm.
was trying to prove the other person wrong,
Yes.
is how we each felt. We are always being proven wrong.
And
Comes down to we just
mhm.
want to be seen, we just want to be heard, we just want to be
Yes.
understood, we want to connect.
And sometimes there isn't some big hullabaloo with it. Sometimes there isn't, okay, I have to work on this for 15 more hours and weeks and months, and I got to figure. Sometimes just the clarity, poof, it's gone. It really is. There are some, because
Yes,
it's sort of an offshoot. I think those are offshoots of actual wounds, right?
I think you're right. I
And those
think you're
little
right.
offshoots just, oh, clarity, boop.
And I can guarantee that over the course of probably the next month or two, there will be times where each of us are going to go, excuse me,
Yes,
are you doing this out of habit?
yes. And how
Or
beautiful is that?
is there really validity behind it?
Yes.
Because we do fall into those bad habits. We
Oh,
fall
don't we
back
all?
into that algorithm.
Yep. Yep.
Sometimes you've called it the dance we do.
Yep. Mhm.
Mhm.
Reminds me of what the picture that just came up. Our kids played a lot of sports, of course. Oh, I had to marry an athlete and have two athletic children. And I come from, my dad was an athlete. My three brothers were. Hi, hi, hi. Anyway, um, so baseball. My husband was a coach. So they would, let's say he and the other they would work with a kid. This is just an example. Work with a kid on their swing, right? They'd work, they practice after
Oh,
practice. They go,
baseball. So I'm
yes,
thinking
yes,
like
the bat.
they're working on a swing. Oh yeah, baseball.
Okay,
My
their
bad.
their bat, yes, their batting swing. So then the kid would get up there to bat, a ball would come, and he would go, he would fuck it up, like, and
Go right back into the old
yes,
habit.
and the
Right.
coaches would spend like we spent hours and hours and hours. what happens is, and this is very real, when we get stressed, we go right back to where we started there. So we have this new beautiful algorithm. We got the clarity. We know what we're supposed to do,
Yes.
but the stress comes and we run right back
Yes.
to being 3 years old and how I dealt with it then.
Yes.
So don't beat yourself up over it if it doesn't stick the first, like if you need a couple times to be reminded, or shit's gonna happen. We're human.
We are
So,
human and we never get to perfection. Damn
no.
it.
And
Try as we
it
might.
was a reminder. So shit, damn it, I did it again. Even like the first time, it might be someone else has to tell you, remember oh yeah, shoot.
Yeah.
Well, then the next time I'll do it. But then after I go, oh,
Come
was it?
on.
And then,
Damn
yes,
it.
then the next time it'll be
Sorry.
sooner. It'll be halfway in between the time as
Yes.
I'm doing it.
But
And then finally,
don't you love the moment when it's all done and you go, huh, I didn't do it.
yes, yes,
Yay
yes,
me.
yes,
I didn't
yes,
do it. I
yes.
didn't do
Or
it.
in my case, and I've told you this, my kids will be like, wow, mom, do you realize you didn't just, whatever? And I'm like,
Yeah.
what? So I didn't even remember that I even ever did it.
Yeah.
That's always, I love that.
Love it, love it, love it,
Yes,
love it.
because they'll
Yeah.
like brace themselves for me to have some reaction and I don't. Yeah. And I love being told that. I do. I
Yes.
loved, like, thank you. That's such a compliment.
Yeah.
And it's so worth it.
It is.
But
It's when things come around full circle like that,
yes, yes,
and you can look back and you can see the progression that you made, and then to finally be either to that point of self-realization or it's completely left your brain. Like you don't
yes,
even realize that you should have acted a
yep,
different way, and someone tells
yes.
you. It's beautiful.
And I think there are a lot of things that way with both of us, certainly with myself. I don't really
Hmm.
remember who I was 10, 15 years ago.
Mm,
Like, it's
I
certainly
do.
like with 10, we've done the past 10 years, you and I have done so much healing. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. And thank God. And thank God we just get through it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to continue being that person that I was. And I'm so grateful that I'm not.
Me too.
Excuse me. Mm. So those algorithms, they
Yeah.
can be
Those.
changed.
Mhm.
I, growing up in all the chaos that I grew up in, it took me, and I would think this is true for anyone, no matter what your algorithm is. You, Mari-Lyn and I talk, the real healing doesn't start till you're like 40s. In your 40s, that's when you really look and go, oh, wow, I want to
Sometimes
get
the
serious
50s.
about this. Sometimes
Yep.
the 50s,
Sometimes it's the 50s.
because that
Hmm.
algorithm stays with you. And I can speak for myself when I say this. Sometimes you learn how to put on those masks. That's where the masks come in. So you don't look like you're still living in that algorithm.
Sure.
But the truth is, you're just wearing masks. You haven't truly healed those things. So there really is a difference.
Hmm.
So, like, let's
Sure.
say someone comes up to me and they're 35 and they are acting like they got all their shit together and they're everything. It's like, oh, yeah, you're just wearing masks, sister. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, don't even.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
people in their 50s, 60s do the same thing, but
Yeah. It happens.
don't just put a mask on.
No.
Don't just put a mask on.
Mm-mm.
That this whole fake it till you make it thing is BS.
Agreed.
Sometimes it's a survival thing. Like right at this moment, something is
Sure.
happening and I need to toss this just to get through this moment,
Sure.
but take it off and look at it and don't, yeah,
Yeah.
and don't. Just don't. So
Yeah. Well, I think
anyway,
our algorithm has come full circle.
I think so too. I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And please
Um,
let us know what you think. Give us new questions, ask us questions,
yes,
topics.
please. Yeah.
Yeah. We love hearing
I
from you. And
hope
I
this
hope,
was thought provoking. I know it was for me. I had some clarity come through.
yeah, me
Um,
too.
and it usually does though in our podcasts.
Yep.
And I hope it does for you
It
too.
does for us. Whether
Yes.
it does for anyone else, I don't know.
I
But
hope so.
we usually hear from you. And we
Yeah.
please let us know.
Yes. Let us know. All right,
All right.
everybody.
Thank you,
Take
and see you
care.
next
See you
week.
next time.
Bye.
Bye.